And then there is still the third option. Let's still think about that. We are in a hospital and we are observing or monitoring those patients in the 6 different rooms. Our nurse is somewhere there in the building in some kind of monitor room, observing that the measured sensor values and so the conditions of the patients in the intensive care. Then some problem came up, and the nurse will need help from a doctor, and the doctor is okay. In the intensive care unit, there is always a doctor in there, but if we are in a normal hospital, there might not be a doctor exactly in the same building at the moment. And then it would be nice that from anywhere, even a doctor from another, let's say, service company, or a doctor from his or her home could just have a look on what is the sensor values or heart rate picture of the patient. Then the best option is to build about the same kind of interface as in here, but like we had in the earlier case, we had the radio link from the user interface to the microcontroller. So either with the Bluetooth local connection or with the wireless LAN in the same building. Of course, we could also do it like that we publish the information from this sensor unit into the internet with a permanent IP address or to some help with the name server, and then we could access with the IP address with the browser software in here the information from the microcontroller. But that's not necessarily very practical. So the better solution would be that this microcontroller application here is publishing all the sensor values to a cloud service. And then we make a connection to that cloud service. It is the same idea as we discussed earlier about the MQTT messages and MQTT broker. So the one who is needing the information, so the user interface here, doesn't need to know the exact like a hardware coded address to the device where the information is coming. We can, for example, change the device in here, plug in a new unit in here, and then start displaying to the same, let's say, sending the information to the same cloud application. And then from the user interface side, we don't need to know that on the other end, they have changed to a different instrument, replaced the instrument which was faulty or something. We just continuously monitor the same values in the same cloud service. That can be done. I have written here the IBM Watson commissioning tasks, so this GitHub page. So we are not completing all these tasks during this course, but there is a task number 3, which is about web interface. And then opening this document here. So there is an example that we go into the Watson IoT. So we have first the creating devices in there. So our sensor devices in there. And then that information we take into a Node-RED. Node-RED is used here for developing the application. And what we develop here in the Node-RED is that we develop inside there like a web server. So later in this document, I'll just show that how it is then creating a web page here. Just a second. Yeah, that's the HTML document inside that Node-RED development environment. So that's the third option. We develop something which is like a cloud service, and then this user interface goes through the cloud, so that we have still the same microcontroller board in here. We are sending out the sensor values, but the sensor values go to a cloud application. And then we can monitor it from some kind of mobile device, for example, a mobile phone or a special device made for the hospital medical environment. And then all the sensor values are there safe in the cloud. So if the connection is lost from the user interface unit, we can just open it from another user interface unit, open it from any computer, you open it from a laptop or a tablet computer or whatever, and we still get the information because it's there in the cloud.